Hi, I'm Karen MacNeil, and this is WineSpeed.com's People to Know, insider interviews with the most fascinating and important people in the wine business. And today we're here with Kate Goodman from Penley Estate, as well as Goodman Wines. Kate is the Chief Winemaker and the owner also of Goodman's. So, Kate, thank you. And tell us where your wine journey began.
I guess my wine journey is a little unconventional. When I left school, I studied biomedical science, and I studied microbiology in particular. So I studied fermentation before fermentation was cool. I very rapidly worked out that a lab coat and four walls was really not going to satisfy me going forward. And I finished that degree, and then I went and got myself a harvest job at a winery, just to sort of check out the wine industry to see if I would like it. And I loved it, and I've not left.
Excellent. Well, you've been named Winemaker of the Year by the Australian Women in Wine organization. What quality do you think you possess that has led to your success?
Perhaps the ability to multitask and to be open-minded. You know, we can do more than one thing at a time, whether it be focusing on your family, focusing on your winemaking. You know, we can do it all.
Would you say that most women are like that? I
Yes.
mean, is that a woman's trait?
It is most definitely a woman's trait, because if we don't do it, no one else is going to do it for us.
Seriously, though, do you actually think that women and men experience wine somewhat differently?
Yes, I think women tend to talk about wine often with more generosity, with a more not celebratory tone. No, I think generosity is the right word. We're happy to celebrate everyone else's success. We're perhaps not as competitive when we're talking about wine.
Yeah. Now, you're in charge of winemaking at two very different estates, starting with the fact that one's in the Yarra in Victoria and specializes really in Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. The other, Penley Estate, is in Coonawarra, which is, of course, one of Australia's great Cabernet regions and is in the state of South Australia. I don't know many people in the world who make both Pinot Noir and Cabernet.
Well, you know, there's nothing like being busy and challenged, and when I think about the kind of Cabernet that I make, it is a more medium-bodied, more restrained, more delicate style of Cabernet, which is, you know, it can have perfume and be beautiful just like Pinot Noir can.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, Pinot Noir has within it perhaps lessons about how to think about wine in general. Would you agree?
Most definitely. Pinot Noir is far more fickle than Cabernet.
Yeah.
We really have to treat it so gently and with such care. We can be a little bit more robust with Cabernet.
Yeah. Now, speaking of Cabernet, of course, this wine, your Penley Estate Phoenix Cabernet, has gotten a lot of accolades. It's been on the Wine Spectator Top 100 list for a couple of years in a row. What do you think makes it so special?
For me, this Cabernet is a Cabernet that will please all wine drinkers, whether you're a real wine nerd or whether you are just an everyday wine drinker. It has varietal flavour, it has freshness, and it has energy, and it has a sense of place. And I think that's so important when it comes to wine, that we can see where it's come from.
And so speak to that a little bit, because I think, you know, many listeners may not have ever been to the Coonawarra, they may not have seen that incredibly red soil. But what is the style of the Cabernets that come from, and it's a small place, isn't it?
Sure. Coonawarra is a region that's about 10 miles long and 1.5 miles wide, so it's quite small, physically quite small. And it is very much Cabernet dominated. It has one of the most unique geology and soil profiles across the world. There's nowhere else like it that has this beautiful porous limestone base with deep red iron-rich soils on top, and it's just a really beautiful place for growing Cabernet.
Oh, I can taste the wine already just from your description a bit, but it is. I agree. It's striking when you see it. And let me ask you this: what is it about wine that moves you emotionally?
Oh, wine is a living thing. It's come from a grapevine that grows out of the earth, that is heavily influenced by the seasons, and whilst you can see wines that are related, they're never going to be exactly the same. And for me, the opportunity to create something every year that other people get enjoyment out of is such a wonderful opportunity. And for me, also tasting the wines that other people have made is also incredibly pleasurable.
Yeah, it's. I can imagine that to create something that gives people so much pleasure is a real high. It's a real personal satisfaction.
Yeah, I really think I hit the jackpot when I decided to move into winemaking.
Yeah.
I love it.
Now, you've seen the Australian wine industry for a number of years, and from the vantage point of two of the most important regions. What do you think is making the Australian industry so exciting today?
It is a country that is bursting with experimentation and boundary pushing, and new grape varieties are being planted and trialled, new winemaking techniques are being tried. We're an industry that's really quick to move and quick to change, and there's some young people making amazing, refreshing, delicious modern wine. So it's a really exciting place to work at the moment. Yeah. It's all about experimentation, I think, and pushing those boundaries beyond the recipe style of wine.
So will we see slightly different Australian wines in the future? Will they be, I don't know, better balanced, more nuanced, more complex?
I think so. I think there is definitely a push towards lower alcohols, medium bodies, freshness, brightness, energy, all of those things that make wine extra delicious.
Yeah, and energy is a good word.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, if I've left my grapes in the vineyard for too long, they have no energy, and I don't want that.
Yes, no, I can imagine. Well, thank you, Kate. And our full interview with Kate Goodman is on winespeed.com on the People to Know page. Check it out. You'll really like it.